What's up, guys? It's Dan Hendricks. I'm a local realtor here in Los Angeles in Orange County, and today we're diving into something a little spicy. There's a lot of talk about the best neighborhoods to live in LA, but what about the places that might actually hurt your wallet, your lifestyle, or both? Yeah, those don't get talked about nearly enough. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 10 neighborhoods in LA that I think buyers and relocators should be super cautious about in 2025. And no, this isn't a roast. Every neighborhood has pros and cons, but these are places where you might not get the return experience or the stability that you're expecting. Stick around to the end because I'll also share how to avoid these traps and find areas that might actually be a much better fit for what you're trying to do. Let's get into it. All right, let's just get this one out of the way. Skid Row, yeah, you've probably heard about it, and yeah, the reality here is tough. It's technically right next to downtown LA, so sometimes people get lured in by the location, especially when prices look a ton cheaper. But this is one of the largest homeless populations in the entire country. Safety is a major issue, and there's a lot of mental health and drug-related struggles here. And you just don't see much in the way of ownership housing or community development. Now, why this matters is because people will often say, oh, I found this cool little loft downtown Arts District, and then they don't realize that it's just a couple blocks from Skid Row. It affects your lifestyle and your resale value. If you love the downtown vibe, I'd say check out areas like South Park or the Arts District itself, where you still get the urban feel, but it's a little more livable and a lot more walkable. Next up is South Central, and before you all come after me, yes, some of South Central is changing fast. There's investment, there's development, and you've got the stadium nearby now, and some spots are totally shifting. But there are still a lot of pockets, especially farther south and east, where crime is high, school rankings are low, and basic infrastructure is, let's just say, not there yet. I've seen buyers get excited because the home is brand new, the kitchen is gorgeous, but they realize 6 months later they're not comfortable walking at night and there's no grocery store within 10 minutes. If you're looking for that emerging area type of feel, West Adams and View Park might be a much better call for you. They've got more stability and better resale trends right now. All right, now let's get to MacArthur Park. It's got that little lake, it's super central, and some of the buildings around there look like a major deal, especially if you're comparing to K-Town or Echo Park prices. But honestly, the area's been stuck in a rough cycle for years. There's overcrowding, public safety concerns, and it's just not a lot of long-term equity for homeowners. It feels like it's right on the edge of being something, but it never quite makes the leap, and that's hard if you're buying for appreciation or lifestyle. If you want something in that general area, I mean more toward historic Filipino Town or even Echo Park, where owner occupancy is stronger and the neighborhoods are trending up. Coming in at number 4 is Florence Firestone. It's one of those spots where people go, wait, I've never heard of that, and then go check Zillow and go, oh wow, look how cheap. But here's the thing, it's mostly unincorporated, so services are super weird, street lighting is minimal, and the infrastructure just hasn't caught up. You'll find some older homes with big square footage, but they often need serious work and tons of money. Also, it's not really a destination neighborhood. There's not much happening commercially, and a lot of the activity is investor-driven. That leads to a ton of volatility. If you're budget sensitive, try checking out Jefferson Park or Baldwin Village. They've got more upside if you know where to look. I can't wait to upset people with this one, Koreatown. Let me clarify, K-Town is awesome if you want nightlife, food, culture, and all of that, but for home ownership, especially the lower condo-rise buildings, is kind of a mess. No parking, a lot of older buildings with high HOAs. You'll also see low reserves and investor-owned units, and resale can be extremely tough. It's a renter's paradise, not so much a buyer's one, and you're better off looking a little west into mid-Wilshire or parts of Pico Robinson if you want a similar vibe with more ownership stability. All right, let's keep it moving to Pico-Union. This area is super dense. It's got a ton of apartment buildings, a lot of turnover, and very few single-family homes. You're dealing with traffic all day long, minimal green space, and just overall wear and tear. And because there's not much of a community vibe, buyers don't really plant roots here, and it becomes more of a pass-through zone for most people. Instead, I'd check out Arlington Heights or West Adams. Those neighborhoods are seeing much more pride of ownership and stronger return. All right, now the Crenshaw Corridor is a tricky one. It's got huge potential. You've got the K-line expansion, new commercial and even luxury apartments going up, but the problem is that it's still in that weird construction phase. There's noise, unfinished projects, and street detours, and you just don't know how long it's going to take before the area really pops off. So if you're planning to live there long term, you might be fine, but if you're looking to buy and flip or just stay a couple of years, this probably isn't your moment. Nearby areas like Limerick Park and Windsor Hills are probably more ready right now. All right. Harvard Park is one of those neighborhoods that most people skip right past, and for a good reason. It's got some serious safety challenges, the streets need work, and a lot of housing stock hasn't been touched in years. Retail? Barely there, and schools are struggling. Even with super low prices, you've got to ask yourself, what kind of lifestyle are you going to get? Instead, think about Vermont Square or even Exposition Park, especially if you're open to a fixer with real upside. Jumping up to the valley for a second, Panorama City. Now it looks great on Zillow, homes seem big, prices seem reasonable, but what's really happening is this. Tons of investor flips and a lot of unpermitted construction in a resale market that's kind of unpredictable. Appraisals get messy and some ADUs aren't even legal, and the infrastructure is aging. If you're shopping in that price range, look into Reseda or Lake Balboa instead. Same general feel, but much more consistent growth. Last but not least, Baldwin Village. This area has a ton of mid-century condo buildings that sound great on paper, but when you dig into the HOAs, you'll find low reserves, lots of renters, and maintenance issues everywhere. Plus, financing can get complicated if the building doesn't meet FHA or conventional guidelines. Nearby Baldwin Hills or View Park have more pride of ownership and better long-term prospects. Alright, so look, I'm not saying these neighborhoods are bad across the board, but when you're buying a home, especially in LA, you've got to be strategic. You need to think about resale, livability, loan options, and how the neighborhood is evolving. If you're looking to buy or relocate and want help picking the neighborhood that fits your budget and your lifestyle, shoot me an email or contact me below. I'd be happy to help you think through all of your options. I help people move smart, live well, and love their new lives here in Los Angeles and Orange County. And please, if your friends and family are looking for something, referrals are always welcome. And of course, like and subscribe if you want to stay on top of the SoCal real estate market and take control of your real estate future.